Today, we're going to dive into the incredible world of the poet and mystic Rumi. And with a little guidance from the insights of Said Gavidel, we're going to try to unpack one of Rumi's biggest teachings, how to find our true selves by getting past all the noise in our own heads. And you know what? It all kicks off with one really powerful, really clear instruction. Right from the get-go, Rumi tells us exactly what to do. Step away from every image that appears so the absolute painter may emerge from within. Now, this isn't just pretty poetry, it's a direct command. He's telling us to look past the endless stream of thoughts and labels and judgments that our mind is constantly churning out. And why? Because underneath all that mental clutter is our true self, the absolute painter, just waiting for us to finally pay attention and see it. But you might be asking, why should we even start this journey? What's the point? Well, Rumi frames the entire purpose of being human around this absolutely beautiful concept, the idea that every single one of us is carrying a hidden treasure. And this idea, well, it changes everything. The teaching goes that we weren't just created by some cosmic accident. No, we're here for a very specific reason, to be the way a divine hidden treasure gets to reveal itself to the world. So that means your life isn't just about getting stuff or having experiences. It's a mission, a quest to unearth and share this brilliant divine essence that's hidden deep down inside you. But here's the thing, this journey of discovery, it's not passive. It puts a fundamental choice right in front of us. It's like we're standing at a crossroads with two completely different worlds, two completely different ways of being that we can choose to live in. So the question is put directly to you and to me, to all of us. Which do you choose? Because where you decide to start, that intention, it changes the entire game. So let's look at the two worlds laid out before us. On one side, you have the jungle of the mind. It's dense, it's loud, it's totally filled with our desires, our fears, and yeah, even those prepackaged spiritual ideas that promise a quick fix. It's the world of more, more, more. But on the other side, you have the desert of nothing. And at first glance, it looks empty. It seems to offer nothing but silence and potential and absolutely no guarantees. Rumi's teaching is crystal clear. Real self-discovery means you have to leave the familiar chaos of the jungle and be brave enough to step into the vast emptiness of this desert. Okay, so what keeps us stuck in that jungle? What's stopping us from just walking out? Well, there's a clear antagonist on this journey, a kind of inner captor that Rumi calls the mental self. The mental self, or mani zihni, isn't the real you. Let's get that straight. It's the ego, right? It's the personality you've built your whole life, from your experiences, your conditioning, your beliefs. It's that non-stop narrator in your head, the voice that never, ever stops judging, analyzing, and yanking you out of the here and now. So, how can you spot this mental self when it's running the show? Well, look for these patterns. It's always judging things as good for me or bad for me. It's analyzing everything to death. It's almost never actually in the present moment. It's always stuck in past regrets or future worries, and it's terrified of the unknown. But maybe its biggest job, its primary function, is to resist what is, to fight reality. And this is the absolute key, the most crucial thing to get. This entire construct, it is not your true identity. It's just a program running on autopilot. It's a collection of borrowed ideas and conditioned reactions you've picked up over the years. And just recognizing that, well, that's the very first step toward freedom. Okay, so if the mental self is the prison, how in the world do we get out? The teachings give us two incredibly powerful keys to unlock the cage: observation and surrender. The first key is observation, or nazar. Now, this isn't just about looking at something. It's a much deeper kind of seeing. It's the ability to witness this present moment exactly as it is without your mind immediately slapping a label of good or bad on it. Think of it like watching the movie of your life without getting completely lost in the drama. The second key is surrender, or taslim. Now, that word, surrender, can be so misunderstood. It sounds like weakness, right? Like giving up. But in this teaching, it's the exact opposite. It's an act of incredible strength. It's a conscious, powerful yes to the reality of this moment, whatever it holds, without fighting it. So how do you actually practice this? Okay, think about it. First, something happens, anything, and immediately the mental self jumps in to judge it. The practice is right there, in that tiny gap. You notice the label forming and you consciously choose not to grab onto it. Instead, you just stay present with the raw, unfiltered reality of what's happening. That's it. That's the practice. And this beautiful line just captures the whole feeling of surrender perfectly. Think about a piece of fruit on a tree. It doesn't struggle to fall, it just lets go when it's perfectly ripe. In the same way, a person who is spiritually mature naturally lives in a state of surrender. It's not something you have to force, it's the sign that you've arrived. And this leads us to our final and maybe most powerful metaphor for this whole transformation, the journey of a simple seed. I mean, really think about it. A seed, all safe and protected in its hard little shell, is basically dormant. It has all the potential for life inside of it, but it isn't truly living yet. Real life only begins with a rupture, with the painful but totally necessary act of cracking open. And that seed, that's us. The intact seed is the mental self. It's safe, sure, but it's also limited and ultimately stuck. The cracked seed, though, that represents our true being, finally breaking free from that protective shell to experience real growth, real transformation, real life. That breaking isn't a disaster, it's the beginning of everything. So the huge takeaway here is this: letting go of the ego, of that personality you've worked so hard to build your entire life. It's gonna feel like a death. It's gonna feel absolutely terrifying. But according to these teachings, it is not a loss. It's the act of clearing the ground so that your true self, that hidden treasure we talked about at the beginning, finally has the space it needs to come out. And so we're going to end with this question, a kind of challenge for you to take with you into your own life. Just for a moment, or maybe an hour, or even a whole day, what would happen if you just stopped fighting reality? If you didn't struggle against this present moment, what do you think you might discover?